Hey Capricorns, happy May. I hope you guys had a really good April. Today we're going to go into your May 2018 forecast. And as you guys already know, I also offer an extended reading where we take what we talk about here and go into a lot more depth. You can access that extended reading in the description box below by clicking on the link that will take you to a Vimeo page. Also in the description box below, you will find a timestamp, and that timestamp will take you to the end of this video where I will now be doing a summary video for anybody who's more on the go and just wants to get the highlights. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with the May 2018 forecast. So I see May starting off a little bit rocky. I feel like you are feeling a little bit disgruntled, and that's kind of holding you back, not necessarily in terms of action, but in terms of your emotions and your mentality. And you guys are kind of sticking yourself, you guys are kind of, I guess there's a lot going on around you. And somehow you're allowing that and everyone around you to kind of stick you into a particular box. And because you guys are sticking yourselves into a particular box, it's hard to break through. It's like whenever, it's kind of like how when somebody makes an assumption about you and it's not right, but you feel like some people want to prove that person wrong, and other people sometimes just want to be like, okay, and they're not really sure how to handle it, and then they kind of get stuck in the box that's created by that other person on what they assume you're like. And I feel like that might be a little bit of what's going on with you guys at the beginning of May. I think you guys may also feel limited by, you either feel limited by one or the other, or you feel limited by both. And the other one, the other thing that you guys may feel limited by is, how to put it, maybe your results. So maybe there's you've gained some traction and there's a certain number of people who are interested in what you guys have to offer, but you haven't really grown beyond that. It's like you guys have gotten stuck, and it's almost like you guys have maxed out the number of people that are going to support you. Or that's how it feels, because your results aren't showing otherwise. They just kind of slowed down and just kind of staying where they're at. And so I think that you guys may also be feeling limited by that and thinking that maybe you guys can't go beyond the point that you've reached, and this is where your limits are. Wow, I think there's a lot going on with you guys this month. I think another thing that may be disgruntling you or causing you to hold yourself back, or if there's something going on at the beginning of the month, some kind of feeling that I can't find the right words for, but another thing is that there may be somebody who has really good intentions, comes to you with a nice energy, but you don't want to, you are walking away, you are going in the other direction. And yeah, there's a lot of things that are kind of sticking you in a box or limiting you or pushing you away from things that at least are coming to you in a good way. Like this person who may be coming to you with good intentions, they may not have the best thing to offer to you. Maybe you've known them in the past and they haven't offered the best things, but their intention is good. So I'm not saying that you're walking away from something good, but there are just all these things that are kind of putting you into a box, limiting you, and kind of forcing you into a different direction. Yeah, with that person that's approaching you, it's almost like you either don't think it's a good idea, whatever they're approaching you with, or it's might be a little bit been there, done that, don't want to go down that road again, and so you're just kind of nope, and then you just kind of turn around the other direction and walk away, and that person may keep trying to approach you, but you're like, nope, nope, nope. Yeah, I really am just picking up so strongly on the very beginning of the month, and it's almost so a lot of signs in April had the first week of April being the week that basically affected the rest of the month, and how they handled, it was going to be, for most of them, it was a difficult week, the first week of April, and then how they handled that was going to set the tone for the rest of the month. And for you guys, I don't think you guys had that in April. You guys had a really good month. I feel like you guys had transformed in your issues. You guys were taking things in stride. But man, I think that it's your turn now. I think what I'm getting for May is yeah, you guys are just having all these struggles at the very beginning of May, and it's really getting you super stuck. And I can't even see how the rest of the month is going to play out. I just feel like you guys are going to be stuck. And like it's like the rest of the month can't really play out until you get out of that stuck space. And so, I mean, I guess you guys will either get out of it or be really stuck. And yeah, we will go into more detail on what that is in the extended and also how you guys can get unstuck so you guys can have a more productive month. Yeah, we'll go into a lot more depth on that. So you guys so we can see like how the rest of the month could go for you guys, and we'll go into some actions on what you guys can do to get yourself unstuck, and like we'll understand like what is making you guys stuck, and then also go into some actions on like things you can actually do to kind of release all that, and then make May something that could be a really good month, because right now all I'm really getting is that you guys are going to be stuck. I think I'm starting to see the potential as being at least okay, maybe even a little good for the rest of May, but that stagnation, that feeling stuck is like a steep or high hurdle, I guess is the right word, a high hurdle. So yeah, like I think how you guys handle that will determine how the rest of the month is going to go. I think the thing that you guys are going to be worried about in May is giving up. So when you have all these limitations that you're feeling and just feeling like you need to go in a different direction because things haven't really worked out in the past, maybe, or just, yeah, a lot going on around you to where you feel stuck in a box, that can be a lot, and that can be really frustrating, especially like the limitations when you're putting a lot out there and then like the results just don't seem to be showing, don't seem to be tweaking. And it's not like you guys don't have a decent number, it's just knowing that you're stuck at that number, knowing that that is like the peak, which I'm not saying it's the peak, but like you guys are gonna feel like, is this it? Is this all I can do? Is this all I can ever really have? And all of that can just be really, really frustrating. And I think that you guys are just dealing with a lot at one time in terms of that. Like there's 3 different scenarios I'm picking up on, and I think that you guys are, I mean, they're all intense scenarios, and then you guys may be experiencing all 3 of them. So like in terms of how you guys are doing, like, is it the end of the world? No. Like you guys have a lot going for you guys, you know, and you guys have numbers, you guys have results. But it's just when you guys are feeling so frustrated because you guys are just doing so much, and then when all of this kind of comes together, it just can really weigh down on you. And that frustration can also be a little bit overwhelming, and it can make you feel like maybe I want to give up. Maybe this isn't for me. Like you may not consciously say I want to give up, but I think maybe in an action perspective, or definitely in an emotional perspective, you guys will kind of be taking a step back, and your enthusiasm will be fading. And yeah, like you'll be giving up inside a little bit in some way. Like, and that will eventually translate into you guys giving up in terms of the action as well, and so in terms of doing the action as well, if this kind of frustration continues. So yeah, like I think you guys worry that you may give up, and yeah, because the frustration is really just going to get you down. But like I said, we will address this and talk about how we can get you unstuck and what's causing it, and like what actual action steps you guys can take so that you're not dealing with this. And there's just so many scenarios, so I really wonder, like there may be like, there's probably going to be a lot of suggestions. And I don't think you guys are even really letting yourselves, I don't know if it's that you guys aren't letting yourselves hope for anything or see anything beyond what's going on. I think that maybe you guys just can't, because you're just like, you're in a box, and when you're in a box, like if the box is closed, you can't see beyond the box unless you have x-ray vision or it's a clear box. So you guys are just in this mode, and so you can't even see, you can't see beyond it right now. And so you guys don't really have hopes for this month. You guys are just kind of where you're at, just dealing with what you can and not wanting to give up. And so, yeah, what happened, guys? Like your April reading was pretty awesome. Your March reading, was it March? Where you guys were getting results, but not as much as you wanted. like that one wasn't even that bad of a reading either. Like you guys weren't getting the results that you wanted at the speed you wanted, but you guys were getting results and you guys were on the right course. So I don't know what happened, guys. Like, why are you guys stuck? Yeah. All right. Well, I hope this gave you some insight. I hope you guys know that you're not alone. You guys are all stuck, or most of you guys are stuck, and I mean, there's definitely ways that you can work through it. You need to find a way to get unstuck. So yeah, just I guess the only thing that I would say about that right now is I think we all go through stuck stages, and I think sometimes it's too early to count the results. And I think that a lot of times there are breakthrough moments that you don't realize are coming your way because on the surface things look like they are just staying the same. They look like they're staying the same, and they look like they're staying the same for a while, and eventually you just give up and think that this is never going to happen. But at that point could be the moment when things break through, because just because things are staying the same on the surface does not mean that things are staying the same on the energetic level. And yeah, yeah, so I would just keep that in mind that, like, I don't necessarily think it's time for you guys to give up. You guys are stuck, and I think that really what you guys should be focusing on is getting yourselves unstuck, and that is something that needs to be done more at the energetic level, I think, I'm feeling. And I think that that will really help you guys, and yeah. All right, I hope that advice was helpful. If you guys are interested in the extended reading, as I said before, you can access that at the link below. And this basically concludes the YouTube portion of this video. It's going to continue, but I'm not really going to share any new information. I'm basically going to do the summary that I mentioned. So if you guys have already watched up to this point, like, awesome, thank you. If you like the video, go ahead and hit like. If you like the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you know any Capricorns who are dealing with this, or who may be dealing with this, please share this with them. I hope that it helps them and that they don't count their chickens too soon. Is that the saying? I like never know my sayings whenever I'm on video with you guys. With you guys or any of the signs. Like, I know my sayings in real life, but anyways, yeah, so I hope that this helps you, and I hope that it helps your friends. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do the summary now. Alright, my Capricorns, it is summary time, and wow, you guys are going to have kind of an intense month, and it's going to start from the very beginning. So here's the summary for you guys. So, basically, from the very beginning of May, you guys are going to feel very stuck and stagnant for a variety of reasons. One is that it's like there's a lot of things going around you, and maybe there are assumptions being made about you or something like that. Something that basically makes you feel like you are stuck in a box that you can't really break out of. So that's one of the things that's going to make you feel stuck. You're going to feel stuck in that box. And then also you're going to feel stuck in terms of your results, because your numbers really aren't going to be shifting. Your results really aren't going to be moving. They're kind of staying stagnant. And once they start to stay stagnant, you're going to start to question whether you can ever have more, or if this is just it. And then the third thing that kind of limits you is that there may be somebody in your life who has good intentions, but when they approach you, you're going to want to walk away. You're going to be like, nope, not a good idea, going to walk away. Or nope, been through this before, been there, done that. Don't need to experience this again, walk away. I'm not saying leaving them, but you're really not going to want to entertain their approach. And while they have good intentions, maybe there was something in the past to where they had good intentions in the past and it didn't really work out. And so you're like, nope, not a good idea, bye. And that's going to make you shift your direction in life, which also kind of limits you, because you just aren't moving the direction that you want, and then you're kind of being moved, and you're having to move in a direction that you didn't plan for, or that kind of takes you off course. So that is really a lot to handle. You guys may be having one of those issues, or you may be having all of those issues. There's a likely chance you'll be having 2 or 3 of those issues. And I was having a difficult time looking into how the rest of May is going to go. And I think it's because you guys really need to address this stuck feeling that you're in before really anything can be seen, or really anything can start to go well. Because when you're stuck, right? That's how the month's gonna go. You're just gonna be stuck. There's no progression. And I was saying that in the extended video, we are gonna go into depth on what exactly is making you guys feel stuck on an energetic level, and also what are some actions you guys can take to get yourselves unstuck. And then should you guys be able to do that, when you guys are able to do that, of course, you can't stay stuck for forever. But when you guys are able to get unstuck, the way I'm seeing the month is like either okay or it is good. So kind of how you handle this moment is gonna set the tone for the rest of the month. And I think that was really it. Yeah. Oh, and I think the guidance that I gave for you guys was, yeah, I think the example that I gave is don't count your chickens too soon. Even though your results aren't moving the way that you want them to, or like they're stagnant, even if they're stagnant for a while, that doesn't mean that it's never gonna change. Just because things look the same on the surface for a while does not mean that they're not changing energetically beneath the surface and that things can't break through or change. So that's just the guidance that I get for you guys to keep in mind as you're stuck, that, you know, stuck is just a moment in time, and it can be a long moment or it could be a short moment. That's up to you guys, but, or sometimes up to you guys. There are a lot of situations going on around you, but it doesn't have to be for forever. So that wraps up the summary. That wraps up this YouTube channel. If you like this video, go ahead and hit like. If you like the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you have a friend who is a Capricorn who you know is feeling stuck, or you think may be stuck, please share this with them, and I hope that it helps them as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and record the extended video where we're going to go into all of this, like feeling stuck and how you guys can handle it going forward. So I will either catch you guys there if you guys are interested, and if not, I will catch you guys in my next video on YouTube.